The confirmed number of coronavirus cases in Los Angeles County comes to 1,233,985, with 255 new cases reported. The confirmed number of deaths remains at 23,914, with no new deaths in the last 24 hours. Here in Torrance, the total number of confirmed cases is 7,258, with total confirmed deaths at 211. We anticipate those local numbers to increase as the county updates its last 24-hour operating period. County officials say this may be a reflection of the lag in reporting from the weekend. Welcome to COVID-19 Today. I'm Leslie Robbins. It's 4 p.m. on Monday, May 3rd. Los Angeles County's Department of Public Health released an updated health officer order to align with the changes made by the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention regarding new guidelines for mask wearing. Officials say those who are fully vaccinated against the coronavirus are now safe to walk around outside without a mask on. Activities like dining outdoors with friends from multiple households or attending small outdoor gatherings with fully vaccinated and unvaccinated people, as well as going out for a walk, bike ride, or run, can all be done without a mask on. Earlier in the week, the CDC announced these guidelines saying fully vaccinated people no longer need to wear a mask when outdoors, unless they are in crowded settings like at the grocery store or at an event. The county's public health director, Dr. Barbara Ferrer, recommends that masks should still be worn when indoors, when people outside of your household or in crowded spaces, as the risk of contracting the virus still remains high, especially with several different variants circulating in California. To date, more than 7.8 million doses have been administered to residents in the county, with roughly 32% of residents 16 and older fully vaccinated. The county's public health department also modified restrictions as COVID numbers continue to decline. Bars, breweries, and wineries' hours of operation, which had been restricted to operate only from 11:30 a.m. until 10 p.m., have now been lifted. And employees who are fully vaccinated at food service facilities now have the option of not wearing a face shield in addition to a face mask. Indoor arcades and playgrounds that have features like ball pits, bounce centers, and laser tag can now open at 25% maximum capacity with safety modification in place. Dr. Barbara Ferrer cautions that since the majority of people in Los Angeles County are still not fully vaccinated, to be careful and take sensible precautions in the weeks ahead as more people get the vaccine. As the data continues to show a steady decline in COVID-19 cases, the county is expected to meet the qualifications needed to move into the least restrictive yellow tier as early as this week. This would allow for higher capacity limits at most businesses. Fitness centers, card rooms, wineries, and breweries would be permitted to increase indoor capacity to 50%, up from 25%. Outdoor venues such as Dodger Stadium would also be allowed to have up to 67% capacity, and amusement parks would see an increase to 35% capacity. You can see more at publichealth.lacounty.gov. Well, speaking of Dodger Stadium, the Los Angeles City-run mass vaccination site at Dodger Stadium's parking lot will close at the end of the month as the demand for the vaccine slows down. LA City officials say the Dodgers have been extraordinary partners in helping to save lives as the stadium set the standard for sports franchises and community institutions, playing a big role in the city's COVID-19 response. This has been one of the largest vaccination sites in the country, administering more than 420,000 vaccine doses since it opened in January. While the vaccine site may close, officials say more changes will take place to expand vaccine access across the city. Los Angeles County Supervisor Janice Hahn announced some good news for homebound residents wanting a COVID-19 vaccine. The county is now offering in-home vaccination appointments for those who aren't able to make it to a clinic or vaccination site. Those interested must fill out a form online to initiate the request. All Los Angeles County residents are eligible. To find out more about how to access these vaccine appointments, call 833-540-0473, or you can email covidvaxhomebound@ph.lacounty.gov. The Transportation Security Administration extended a federal requirement making mask wearing while traveling a must, at least through the summer months. The requirement, which was set to expire on May 11th, will now continue to remain in effect through September 13th. Now that means anyone traveling by bus, train, commercial flight, and passing through airports will continue to be required to wear a face mask. The agency started requiring people over the age of 2 to wear a mask when traveling, following guidance from the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Now, while there are some exceptions for some disabilities, the TSA said fines for refusing to follow the rules will come at a starting cost of $250 up to $1,500 for repeat offenders. Airline executives reported higher bookings since vaccines have rolled out and more tourist attractions reopen. Torrance Beach was set to be the location to test out an evacuation alert system, one that includes flashing lights, loud sirens, and announcements. But not everything went according to plan. It was the first test by the LA Department of Beaches and Harbors of the BEALS system, which stands for Beach Emergency Evacuation Lights System, the only one of its kind worldwide to incorporate flashing lights, specifically to alert those who are deaf or hard of hearing. I was there ready to see and hear it all last Thursday, but some technical glitches ensued, with the flashing lights not coming on initially and the audio messages being relatively muted. Opening day jitters, perhaps. Well, when fully functioning during a beach evacuation, BEALS will flash white LED lights mounted on permanent structures and some lifeguard towers, as well as broadcast an audible siren and an evacuation announcement in both English and Spanish. The announcement message will change depending on the evacuation type, and the lights will flash slowly for a water-only evacuation and quickly for a full water and beach evacuation.
A very good one would be the lightning storms that occur on beaches. As we all know, back in Venice, I think it was like 3 years ago, there was a big lightning storm in Venice Beach where many people were injured badly. And so this will actually enable us to actually inform the hard of hearing that maybe can't see the lightning to actually evacuate the beach in the most timely manner. And it also includes the hearing enabled as well. A lot of people aren't really warned very well of lightning and such, but this system will provide an adequate and timely warning for those on the beach to evacuate the beach and increase their chances of not being hit by lightning.
Now, what about sharks, tsunamis, which I hope we never see here?
Yes, I agree. This also covers those items. Hopefully, lightning storms are more frequent than tsunamis. But if there is a tsunami, this will also provide that type of warning.
The Beaches and Harbor spokeswoman, Nicole Meridian, had a sense of humor about the whole thing, noting that the day had been a Murphy's Law kind of day, saying, quote, "Everything that could go wrong went wrong." But alas, despite the day's challenges, she said the test was still a partial success. The emergency messages did play and the lights did flash. And thankfully, this was just a test and not a real emergency situation, as all the hiccups get worked out in time before a real event occurs. Further testing of the system at Torrance Beach will take place throughout this month on Thursdays from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m., while the next test at full volume is scheduled for May 13th. The department hopes to have the system fully functional by June. The city's Community Services Department is thrilled to announce the launch of a new user-friendly COYOTE management portal. Here, you'll find that it's much easier to report COYOTE incidents. Community members can include photos or videos in their submission. You can also receive confirmation of COYOTE reports and follow up from staff if that was requested, and access to a library of information and frequently asked questions. The new portal will help staff build a robust data system to inform, educate, and outreach. To learn more, go to torranceca.gov/coyotes. If you're venturing out to restaurants once again, there's a great event happening all this week right here in the city that you won't want to miss. Discover Torrance is inviting the community to take part in a fun way to explore local eateries once again, beginning today through May 7th. Restaurant Week highlights the best of Torrance, featuring unique specials and deals at local restaurants. On the list includes 21 Square Bar and Kitchen, Andre's, Ishishima, The Depot, Miyako Hybrid Hotel, King's Hawaiian, Torrance Bakery, Yorkshire Square Brewery, and much more. To view the list of participating restaurants, go to discovertorrance.com/Restaurant Week 2021. Torrance families may be breathing a sigh of relief as school officials announced no more changes, at least not until the new school year. Torrance Unified School Board members held a special meeting recently and announced the current instructional model and schedule will stay in place for the remainder of the school year. With so many changes and uncertainties this past year, board members decided this would provide students, staff, and parents much needed stability and consistency as they finish out the school year with just 6.5 weeks to go. Officials say the new school year is scheduled to begin on August 26th and will resume with in-person learning as the schools prepare for a full return in the fall. Be sure to keep up to date on all things TUSD related at TUSD.org. Well, with Mother's Day just a week away, one local high-end spa wants to inspire guests to treat the women in their lives to a day filled with luxury, relaxation, and unconditional care. Burke Williams, which has 11 locations now open across the state for in-person services, including one right here in Torrance, has exclusive Mother's Day inspired gift card packages and membership specials in celebration of mothers everywhere. Burke Williams will give mothers the opportunity to experience an unforgettable spa day with specialty gift card packages that never expire. From signature massage treatments to refreshing facials with names like Mother Nurture, Queen of Calm, and Glowing Goddess. That's me getting a facial right there. All Mother's Day offerings are available for purchase now through Monday, May 10th. The spa also has special deals and offers for all mothers-to-be with prenatal-focused treatments. Yes, Burke Williams is reopened with COVID rules all in place. They continue to implement extensive cleaning protocols in all 11 facilities, including HEPA-certified air purifiers in every treatment room and common area. Masks must be worn at all times, and symptom screenings are performed upon arrival, among others. Pricing and services for all packages vary by location. For more information, go to burkewilliams.com. Well, before we go, at the end of each program, we like to share feel-good stories from our community. Pictures, images, and videos that remind us of how resilient our community is and how Torrance truly cares. Well, congratulations are in order for the many new members of the Torrance Fire Department, along with several internal promotions this past year. New employees include 15 ambulance operators, as well as 2 members from the 2020 recruit class who were not able to have a ceremony last year due to the pandemic, along with 10 graduates from this year's recruit class. Several promotions were also recognized as several administrative staff members were hired or promoted. 8 members of fire safety were also promoted to fire engineer, 4 to fire captain, 1 to assistant chief, and 1 to deputy chief. The ceremony followed strict COVID-19 safety protocols, limiting the number of invited guests inside the venue, as well as wearing face masks at all times. The Torrance Fire Department is dedicated to protecting and providing for life safety, environmental protection, and property conservation through education, hazard reduction, and emergency response. TFD holds a distinct honor as it is only one of 5 departments in the state that has an ISO Class 1 rating. Congratulations to all those who were part of last week's promotion ceremony. Now, if you have a great story, upcoming event, a photo or video you'd like to share, email us at covid19today@torranceca.gov. We'd love to hear from you. Well, that is our update for COVID-19 today. Be sure to tune in tomorrow as Rhiannon Chutanich brings you the latest. Please be safe, stay healthy, and thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.